Welcome, friends, to fabulous Cuba, the land of cigars, revolutions, and missiles. So, what should we... that's just a flight
I
attendant.
feel like I can't keep a low profile here. I don't know how Mitchell does it. What do you say we stop by Rose's when we're done?
First off, why don't we take a look at this suspicious hangar, because it has an airplane icon on the minimap. So maybe, just maybe, there's something we could do here. I don't remember what the airplane icon does. This is the control tower, obviously. Oh man, I can't get in. But yes, we are back in Cuba for the first time in 40-something episodes. Well, basically since the first episode. And I have some good news, and then I have some bad news. So let's start with the good news. Oh man, this is quite a small place. The good news is that we're going to start taking over businesses here, just like we did in New York and in Miami. And it's also a smaller place, so that's a plus. The bad news is that, well, this is actually the last city we get to visit. But you probably managed to figure that out from the fact that, see, over here on this screen, we had question marks up here where it says Cuba. But when I showed you this screen in a previous episode, you could see that there was Florida, New York, and there was just one other location here. So, yeah, and also just judging by the fact that there are a lot less safes than in Florida, you can tell that it's a small place, a little bit bigger than New York, but still overall, it's going to be a smaller place. Basically, Cuba and New York combined are smaller than the entire area of Miami. But we can't get the armored cars yet. Ah, yes, and another good news is that since this is the last location, the last city we get to visit, this means that the remaining businesses are all here. So every other crime ring we will be able to get starting from now. Because up until this point, we didn't have access to Cuba. We didn't have access to this city, so we couldn't take some businesses over and that way complete some of the crime rings. Like, for example, the crime ring which gives us incendiary ammo. We couldn't get that. We couldn't get the crime ring which gives us the bulletproof cars. And I believe a couple of other crime rings too. But now that's all at our fingertips.
What's going on? You need a hand with something? See, but I don't want anybody to know. I need este hombre to disappear. If you can be discreet about it, I could really use your help. ¿Qué le parece?
Oh, not another business incident, please.
I'll help. What's the problem? Mira, my parole officer found out that I left town a few times to gamble, and he said he's gonna send me back to prison. Por favor, you gotta kill him before he reports me. You've been on the inside, senor, so you know. I can't go back there.
Well, you know what I say? Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
What do I look like? A Boy Scout?
That coming from a mafia member. But yeah, don't worry, dude. You'll just get out in 12 hours. That's what happens to all of my men. And some of them even get out in 6 hours if I upgrade them appropriately. But yeah, since this is a new place, I get to explore a bit, which is very, very nice. I'm just gonna take a quick look around here. Oh, what was that? Ah, that's the airport. But there might be something behind these crates. No? Ooh.
Crack it.
Closed business. Okay, so this is going to be one of the businesses we will be able to take over here in the city. Oh man. I thought that even though it said that it's closed, I thought that maybe, just maybe, he would be able to open the door for us. Because he did go through his safe-breaking animation. Leroy Petroboni was wounded. Damn, Leroy. How did that happen? I mean, one moment he was here breaking a safe, and the other moment, boom, he was just he was wasted. I don't know what's going on. But you know, we're in Cuba. We are in a foreign land, a foreign country. So it's not really a good idea to travel alone, especially at times like these with revolutions going on and revolution. And that's why I'm going to enlist the help of some of my family members. There's something happening over here. People are protesting. Lady, what's wrong?
Something seems the matter. You need help?
I need to remodel a shop. La tienda de mi enemigo. I'm partial to designers who use baseball bats. Sound like your style?
What do I look like? A Boy Scout?
No. What does that say? On strike. Unfair labor practice. Okay.
What's on your mind? You need a favor? Claro que sí. I could really use some help. Feel like putting the screws to someone?
Man.
For you? Sure. What's the situation? Oye, I hired a crooked contractor. Probably my mistake for not checking him out beforehand. But hindsight isn't going to fix the foundation under mi casa. Bueno, I want to make sure he don't work ever again. Break his thumbs for me, comprende? Yeah.
Okay, this is just I'm just gonna rough him up a bit, so that's okay. And dude, use some deodorant.
I saw you. Look like you might need some help.
If you're not afraid of some dirty work, then see, I need some help. I'd like a man to disappear. Permanently. ¿Puede ayudarme?
Okay, I'll do it. What's going on?
Esta es la historia. I beat up some muchacho who bothered mi novia, and he says he's gonna press charges. If he does that, it'll violate my parole. I need you to shut him up, for good, comprende? Do this y yo prometo I'll make it worth your while.
No, you're on your own with this one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help that guy. For obvious reasons, I mean... He's a violent man. Unlike Dominic, who just... Who's a rather peaceful man with just some unfortunate business situations.
Hola, Dominic.
Who is this? Mitchell?
Right. I'm in Cuba. Let's meet someplace private. Find me when you're ready.
Meet Agent Mitchell at his safe house in Cuba. We're gonna do that in the morning. Right now it's nighttime, which is a very dangerous place to... a very dangerous time to hang out here in Cuba, so... Let's just... get some family members with us. And meanwhile, I could upgrade this guy's health. What else? This, and this heavy weapon. He's using a Tommy gun. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the required weapons license to use the level 2 Tommy gun, which is a shame. Although, by the looks of things, the only difference is increased clip size. So that's not really going to make or break our assault with the weapon. Or with this guy. Okay. Nothing else really needed. What about you? Survival. Stay alive longer after being punched or gunned down. Yeah, we're gonna help him a bit. Improved specialties. Yeah, help him revive us faster because he does have a very low amount of health. So the longer he has to spend, the more time he has to spend trying to revive us, that means he will be vulnerable to enemies' shots. And yes, I also improved his precision, which cost $10,000, but I hope it's going to be worth it. Oh. And I said I was going to add some of these guys to my crew. Medic. Because at the rate that grenades and bullets are flying in this city, you're gonna need a medic basically at any given point